this one more time, okay? I think we have sound. I think everything's working, maybe. Good morning, everybody. Try it again. Welcome to Monday, December 15th, 2025. I have no idea if anyone heard me when I was first talking, but man, I got to tell you, my year is getting away from me. Um, when it comes to trading, this is a good time maybe to sit back and really contemplate your trading. Changes you need to make. Trying to overtrade now to make up for the past 11 and a half months. I wouldn't do that. It's just a good time to really unpack yourself and take a good look at your trading, figure out some changes you might need to make. Don't make big changes, just make little tweaks. Here, let's see if we can. No, we're good here. Just make little tweaks. Unless you're not, unless your trading is just garbage. And if it is, well, put it in the garbage and start over. Whatever you're doing is not working if your trading is garbage. And pull it back. It's easy to do. It really is. All right. Let me get back on the SPY here. So yesterday, Friday, I'm not sure what in the world happened Friday. I took the day off, and I mean, I was away from my desk. I come back, and man, I have a lot of positions that's down. Wow, and kind of a bummer, but it does look like we're coming back, and I still think we're bullish, and I still think we're going higher. So really, that was probably a good thing because it kept me from maybe closing things out, just taking a loss, just to have them come back. So it's my fault. Yeah. I'll take the blame there, Joe. I'll take the hit. But yeah, I think we're still bullish. I know that yesterday we closed below the 8-period moving average. That doesn't make for an, oh my God, let's shoot ourselves in the foot, bearish. The trend is still there. Look at price, look at the 8, look at the trend indicator. The trend is still there. I still think we head toward that 700. We are running out of time because I really would like to see it before the end of the year, but we may be running out of time for that. But I think we're heading higher. Anyway, where are we? Yeah. I've got this list that I kind of work from in the morning, and it's nothing. I mean, it's just a list of what I think are notable stocks. Maybe I might put one or two on there extra from time to time. But it's notable stocks, and it's like, some ETFs, things like that. So I'm just going to go from the top. It's not that it means that anything is better than the other. Nothing like that at all. And I'm just not going to pick them out. I'm just going to go from top. It's easier. So the first one up on the top here is COPX. And if you take a look at copper, there are some copper stocks that's really working out pretty well. And I've got a couple that maybe we can look at this morning if we have time. We're kind of running behind right now. But take a look at that. We've got a nice 3-8 trap. The trend is in place. Everything is working here. I pin on it. So you can see that, trend, 8 EMA, and you can see price is working. Price is working just fine. And we're sitting in that 3-8 trap. We're an inside day. Why wouldn't we think it goes higher? Why wouldn't we? What would and I'm not looking for an answer here, but what would the argument be that this is not going higher? And I just don't believe from a technical point, from the chart, I don't believe there's any argument whatsoever. Take a look at Tesla. Tesla's popping out today. So if we look at Tesla the same way, look at here. Well, I'm going to do this one more time, and then I won't do it because this is kind of slow. Look at the trend indicator, look at the 8 EMA, and look at price. Why would you think Tesla's not going higher? Now, there's some Tesla haters that think it's not going higher. Well, it sucks to be you. That's all I can say. There's some people that short Tesla because you're a Tesla hater. Well, it sucks to be you too. But right now, based on this chart, why would you think that it's not going to go higher? Some traders are going to look at this and say, well, what about this top? And I'm going to say, thank goodness we break out of tops or we wouldn't have a stock market, right? Follow the trend. Trend is number one. Price is number one. Price and trend. You know, they're like two kingdoms. They're a marriage made together. They are brothers. They are sisters. They are cousins. They're meant to be together. Price and trend. Don't argue with price and trend. Don't worry about this crap over here on the left. Worry about price. Price will tell you if it's going to be scared of this nonsense over on the left here. Follow price and trend. Okay, here's no, well, this maybe not so good here. Here's ETHA. We're still setting up on a pullback right here. In fact, I think I still own this ETHA. So I would really love for a pop to the upside. SMH, we've had a pullback in SMH. We're below the trend indicator, so that gives me a little bit of concern. Yes, it does. T-line is still above the trend indicator, so the bulls still have a little bit of control there. Below the 50-period moving average, we have a problem. Above the 50-period moving average, we're not drowning. We're not drowning at all, but the bulls need to get going. XLY, once again, why would you think this is not going higher? Some may say, well, it's stretched out, it's gapped up. Well, that's not saying it's not going higher. That's just maybe saying you wouldn't buy it right here. That's all that's saying. So XLY heading higher. Take a look at PLTR for you PLTR haters out there. And here's a few. Kind of surprised I found out. Just because some big wackadoodle shorts PLTR, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon here. Well, PLTR looks bullish to me. Here we've rallied up big. Here we've pulled back. What could go wrong with this? Beautiful chart. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot that can go wrong with this. There really, really is. But do you see it? And trying to front run it, thinking about what it's going to do 10 days from now, that just is not smart trading, if you ask me. Pay attention to the chart. Look at price. Look at the 8 EMA. Look at the trend indicator. Now, that's what I look at. Joe, Nick, Nancy, Paul, Ruben, Carmen. Maybe you guys all look at something different. But whatever you look at it, make it your staple. Make it your go-to. Make it, look, this is what I start with. And if this is not met, then I don't want this trade. If it is met, then follow it. Follow, go down the path with it and make sure everything else is set up, working right. So PLTR to me is working. I point that one out because I am in PTIR. I'm holding that one. And what a nice little 3-8 trap we're setting up here. Let's see, NVIDIA. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is not a buy, in my opinion. NVIDIA is not a buy. And right now, NVIDIA would have to be on the short side. Just a second, I need to change this over here. Just realized that was wrong. There we go. Yeah, NVIDIA is going to have to be on the short side until it turns long. Right now, the target on NVIDIA, because of using moving averages, I use them a lot for targets, resistance, support, and it would be around 170.15, 170.16. That's also about the low of this big long wicked hammer over here on the left. I know that one person emailed me this weekend, when is it time to buy NVIDIA because they think NVIDIA goes higher? I said, well, that's a simple answer. It's a question I get asked all the time, and it's a very simple answer. Number one, do not be a bottom picker. Number two, wait for the price action. When you see the price action, now we can start looking at it. When you see the trend change, you can start looking at it. Trying to pick the bottom just makes no sense to me whatsoever. That is a good 2026 rule for everyone, I think. Take a look at Google. Google is still trending down, but overall, it's trending down on the short term, but overall, it's hanging on to what I would call its bullish attitude here. It needs to pick itself up. A little weakness would get us, would turn those green dots red, and that would put me in a bearish mood down toward the 50 period moving average until it came back up. But right now it's hanging on to the edge of bullishness. Take a look at MAGS, M-A-G-S. We're barely hanging on to that little bit of bullish attitude here. We do have a chart pattern of a low high. We are setting up a higher low. We are at the 50% retracement of the recent high and low. We're above the 50 period moving average. We're just kind of consolidating in here. If price, I mean, if you look at the pre-market here, that candle in the pre-market, if we could close up a little bit, it just might bring in some buyers, and that could start to move the MAGS, M-A-G-S up, and that would be very helpful for this market. XLK, not so good, not so good. So this is a concerning chart pattern wise, low, high, higher, low. Okay, fine. But trend wise, it doesn't make it. It doesn't cut the mustard. We need to turn that dot back green. And if we turn that dot back green, think about that, with what that might look like here. Let me get my tool out. Come on. There we go. If we were able to move up like that, well, we could end up with a bullish Hiromi, couldn't we? We could actually end up with a candle. It's possible. I might be dreaming here today. We could even end up with something up here. Let's just keep it right down here, though. Let's just say we do something like that. And then tomorrow we start getting a little bit of follow through. See how that could turn it around? But to be fair, you know, we could end up doing this too. So XLK is in a rough little spot that really needs to make a decision real quick. RSP. Why would anyone think that RSP is not going to go higher? And anybody that can place an argument here, I'm going to shoot it down. Follow the trend, follow the 8 EMA, follow price. Now, while price, let me change color here. While price certainly may consolidate a little bit, right? That doesn't mean it's not going higher. Trend is going higher. Trend price is, I don't know, what's a good word for it? Crazy, bipolar. Price can be an idiot. Price can be a teenager. Teenagers can be crazy sometimes, and that's what price does. Trend keeps the steady, and the steady is still there. So RSP is still quite bullish. Let's go look at XLF. Look at XLF. It's stretched out. Yes, it is. Price might pull back a little bit. Yes, it might. But overall, it's going higher. Trend is working. Take a look at Amazon. Let's get rid of those lines right there. Amazon is concerning to me. We do have a possible double bottom right here. We do have that. But we're underneath everything that would make me think that we're bullish. Now, it could go up. In fact, I'm holding AMZU. So I'm taking a chance here. I've had it for a couple of days, but here we've kind of trickled to the downside. But things are starting to look a little bad right here. So we really need a change in the game here. What we could do is something like this, just to give us an outline right in here. There we go. There, that'll give us a little outline. So the bulls need to break us back out. Anything below those lines, anything below the recent low here, well, we just may come back and retest that dotted deuce area or the 200 area for Amazon. Won't be so good for my AMZU that I'm holding, but we'll keep an eye on that today. Take a look at Apple. Apple's not out yet. Apple's not out at all. Trend is still there. Price is floating around that trend area. T-line's right around that trend area. Take a look at XLE. Nothing wrong with that chart. Maybe a little sloppy. Maybe, you know, somebody might make an argument. Oh, well, we have this high wick up here. Yeah, we do. And we pulled back just like we should have. and we're holding trend, right? So again, price gets a little wacky sometimes, but staying calm, following the trend, that has been a big help for me. Really has. Take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft might be trying to buy a bottom down here. It might be. Um, Again, this is one that I get asked often, here lately, is it a buy? Well, no, it's not. Unless you want to be a bottom picker, I guess. But where's it a buy? Well, honestly, when we take out this top right there, that's where it's a buy. So, we could have, something like this, and thank goodness, because there's buyers in here. That's what that is. There's buyers. It's not where I want to buy it, because I'm not one of these fellas down here. I'm, what I want is for that to happen. Because one thing I know about Microsoft, it's a champion stock. And once it gets its mojo back, well, it it can go up. Not like this, but it can get back up there. I know that because it's a champion stock. Take a look at Meta here. Meta is a little underwater, a little bit, not much, but tiny bit. As far as the trend indicator and T line goes, I would like it back above the 50 and back above that 50% retracement area right there. I think I don't have my account up yet, but I think I'm in METU. I think I am. I'll have to double check. If I'm not, I'm going to be when it starts to move up here. But um, anyway, we have this low to a high, and here we're just pulling back. If I was to take all take the moving average rule out of it, then I see a bullish chart: low, high, higher, low. If I was just looking at candlesticks, I don't know that I have that. Oh, maybe I do. There we go. If I was just looking at candlesticks right here, I would look at that as a very bullish chart. Um, because of the way it's set up. We've a big rally up. I like the way it's moved up. I like the gap up. And then we're just consolidating. It's a bullish consolidation. I'm waiting for the buyers to buy more, which Nancy, you say I am. Thank you. I may be. I can't remember now. But right now, I think it's setting up pretty good. Let me move this over here. There we go. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. That's not good. That's bad. But that's that big tech, and the big tech is not helping the market right now. So FNGU is no good. Take a look at the transports, rock on transports. Once again, just simply focusing on trend and focus on price, keeping in mind that price can be a little wacko sometimes. A lot of times, actually, price can be wacko, but the trend holds it in place. The trend tells you the direction it's going, and I truly believe you have to assume that it's going to continue to go that direction until it's not. And when that trend is broke is when it's not, and then you wait for the trend to come back. So transports, rock on. USO, not so good here. So the United States Oil Fund is down. It's bearish right now. IBIT, look at some IBIT. Right now, it's not so good. It's one that I'm watching. I want to be in this one, but it's not giving us that buy signal right now. Price is under the 8. 8 is under the trend line, trend indicator. Not a good reason to buy, not at all. BITO, about the same thing. All right, let's take a look at NU real quick. Look at NU here. This is one I have on my list for possibly popping up a little bit higher. Take a look at Path. Look at Path. Path, for those in the hit and run room, we talk about a gap and trap. And what it is when the stock has volume, we gap up. When there's an acceleration and you get that acceleration, what that is, that's not me buying it. And no offense to anybody here, none at all, but it's not you buying it either. I hate to tell you that. This is it could be everybody together, not just us, but a whole lot of people in the world buying it, or it could be a big firm or two buying it, which that's what it is. These orders come in, they drive that price up, and then there's a rest. Well, what that means is there's somebody in here that thinks path goes higher. They didn't do this just to do it. They did it because they think it goes higher. So here it pops up, and then there's always profit taking, and this is where we want to take advantage of the profit taking. This is in that trap area. Now we'll shop for that buy signal when it's time, and then watch that rise up and make money on the way up. And this is, path is perfect for that right now. Take a look at tech. I think tech might be one to watch. Here we're up, and then we're just consolidating, and we're sitting right near these tops right in here. Let's look at a weekly chart on this. Look at that weekly chart. I think tech might be one to keep an eye on, running up and around that 20% area, maybe till we get to those tops. 21%, that would be a nice target up there. Some of these I didn't. Let's not forget about the pot world. Okay, big move Friday. Get rid of that. Big move Friday. So, the chances of those moving up, I think in the near term are probably pretty good. So CGC is looking pretty good. Telray, look at Telray here. Telray, as far as a trade goes, what a perfect trade. Stop just ever so slightly below the 50-period moving average. Maybe look over here on the left for some price action that would help with that. And about right there would do it for me. So around 1190 for a stop. It's a buy, make money on the way up. How tough is that? Price, look where the 8 is, look where the trend indicator is. We're trending up. MSOS also, MSOS. For gap plays like this, it's real simple. We can only trade with what we have in front of us, okay? So based on what we have in front of us, that's about where I would put my stop. It's a buy right now. Make money on the way up. Protect yourself if it does start to pull back. Pretty darn simple. Not hard at all. All right. Let's see here. Anyone have any charts you want to take a look at? We have a little bit of time. Sorry for all the confusion this morning in the room. I do apologize for that. I think we've got it squared away, though. Let's see. Hey, Mike, you're looking at some Pepsi. I've got this marked out for a breakout. Pepsi's bullish, in my opinion. I think it's doing great. Here, let's put another line on that one, though. Let's mark out those lows. There we go. So you can see we get that buy on that breakout. That would set it up for a buy. And it's a buy right now, for anyone that, is looking at it. Just keep in mind it needs to break out here. But right now, I would think Pepsi moves a little bit higher. Yeah. Hey, John, when would you wait on MSOS? Let's take a look. MSOS. Well, if I was, I'm not an early morning buyer. I'm not a market opens up buy kind of person. If I was, it's a buy right now. If you want to wait 5 minutes, wait for the 5-minute chart and follow what the 5-minute chart is. Find out what that low is, and then that becomes your stop. We break out of the 5-minute high, maybe something like that. You can do the same thing on the 15-minute. But if you're a buyer right out of the gate, boom. Oh, talking gap and trap. Let's see. When would you wait for? Well, if we're talking gap and trap, then I have to wait till it pulls back to the trap, right? 3-8 trap. But there's another way to do that. I'm still going to wait for that, but maybe we go to a 10-minute chart. Are we close to a 3-8 trap right now? Close. Let's go to a 15-minute chart. Let's go to an hourly chart. There we go. Look at that. So the point is you can go intraday. You're still looking. See, this is the beauty of what I think. I think what I do is pretty easy. It's pretty simple, and it's you don't have to change your game. We're still looking at price. We're still looking at the 8 EMA. We're still looking at the trend indicator. All that stays the same. You can go to an intraday chart, and there's your gap and trap right there. In fact, this is perfection. That's absolute perfection. So there's your buy, and then where's your stop? You have to put your stop in there. So based on this, I don't know, maybe you want your stop a little bit lower. What are we talking here? How much risk are we putting in there? 7%. That's a little steep for me, so that's a bit much. I'm going to go to a 3-bar chart. I use a 3-bar chart for stop fairly often, and that's probably what I would use right there for a stop. We're talking 3.5, maybe 4% down there. So 3-bar chart, we're setting up that's a 3/8 trap right there. That's a nice chart on a 3-bar chart. So that's how I would handle that, John. Thank you for asking. Great question. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Where am I here? CMG. CMG. Yeah, CMG is looking great, isn't it? We're not quite a rounded bottom breakout, but we are getting there. Yeah, CMG's got some upside to it. I do think this is one of these that personally I would wait myself for the 3/8 trap. Here's one of the reasons. I think I moved stuff here. Now I can't find anything. Now I really can't find it. Seriously. Oh, there it is. If we take a look at the cloud right here, see how we're bumped right up against that flat trading area right here, that flat red line. See, I would wait myself on CMG, and let it, if it wants to break out, let it break out. It's going to pull back. I am so confident of that. I'm so confident of it. And what that will allow is time for the 8 EMA and the trend indicator to move above the 50-period moving average. Once that happens, you put a little more momentum in it. You put a little more strength in it, a little moving average strength. And I think that helps to give you a better trade on there. So, but yes, CMG should definitely be on our watch list. Trade it when the time is right for you. AMD, good morning, Brooke. Brooke, I haven't seen that name in here before, or if I have, I apologize. I want to welcome you. AMD, if you're looking at that long, that'd be a big no. If you're looking for it short, probably more short than long right now. Price is below the 8 below the trend indicator. I don't see any buyers in here just yet. It could bounce up today. You're looking at short? Okay. Yeah, definitely more short to the downside, 3/8 trap. If it crosses back up, though, I'd question that short, back above, turning those dots green. So back above 220, 260 or so, I'd probably question that short. But right now it is short, yeah. PRPX. Whoops. RPRX. Sorry about that. RPRX. We probably need some buyers in that. We have that big move up. This is not a gap and trap, but it's kind of the same thing, a volume trap. But I would like to see those buyers in there. Maybe worth the watch list, but we need some buyers, I think. Unless you just, if you're buying based on the fact we're bouncing off the 50, that's a logical trade for me as well. It's holding up here, but below the 50, I wouldn't want it. Not at all. Yeah. Looking at GSK, bullish. There's bullish charts out there, and then there's bullish charts. This is the best looking charts I've seen this morning. I'm going to write this one down. GSK is a buy. That's a nice chart. GSK. All right, here. Let me really quick. Looking at Tesla today, and then we're going to have to go. I'm running out of time. Yeah, Tesla's a buy. Tesla's on the move. It's rocking. Way to go, Tesla. Okay. Hey, again, I want to thank everybody. Thanks for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. Members of Hit and Run and Right Way, I'll be back at the bottom of the hour. Everybody over here on social media that's joined us, thank you so much for being here, for making our social media so successful. I absolutely appreciate it. Okay. All right. You guys all take care. Thank you very, very much. And we'll see you in a little bit here. All right. Later.